Leeds International School, Primary 5, Second Midterm, English Language, Unit 7, Looking at the Sky. The night sky. At night, you can see the stars twinkling in the vast expanse of outer space. There are billions of stars in the universe, and some of these may have planets like the Earth orbiting around them. No one knows exactly how many stars, how many planets, and satellites the universe contains. At night, children, yes, exactly, we can see the twinkling stars. So we can see a large number of stars. There are billions of stars in the universe. In this world, we can find billions of stars. And some of these may have planets. So some of these may have planets like Earth orbiting, rounding around them. No one knows exactly how many stars. So no one knows exactly how many stars are there. Planets, satellites in the universe. Our solar system. Our sun lies at the center of our solar system. So the sun, it lies at the center of our solar system. It is vital to life on Earth. It is important. Without its heat and light, nothing could survive on our planet. Without its heat, we cannot survive on this planet. In the larger world of the universe, however, the sun is just one of millions and millions of stars. It is a fiery ball of hydrogen gas that produces huge amount of energy. It is a large ball of hydrogen gas that produces huge amount of energy, which leave the sun at heat and light. The temperature at the sun's center is amazing, 15 million degrees Celsius. So the temperature at the sun's center in the middle is an amazing, it's 15 million degrees Celsius. The difference between stars and planets. Our sun is a glowing ball of gas that produces heat and light. So sun is a glowing ball of gas, it produces heat and light. Planets do not give off heat and light. Planets, it does not give off heat and light. You can only see the planets and their moons because they reflect the sun's light. We can see the planets and their moons because of the sun's light. The vast universe. The stars are so far away that a special unit called a light year is used to measure the distance between them and the rest of the universe. The stars are so far away. It's a special unit, so we called it a light year. The distance between them and the rest of the universe. The light year is the distance that travels in a year. So a light year means the distance that the light travels in a year. 9.5 million kilometers. Our solar system lies in a galaxy called the Milky Way. So our solar system, it lies in a galaxy called Milky Way, which measures about 100,000 light years from side to side. There are perhaps 100,000 million stars in our galaxy, our sun being only one, and there are thousands of million galaxies in the universe. So there are millions of stars in our galaxy. Sun is being only one, and there are thousands of millions of galaxies in the universe. A solar eclipse. A solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth. A solar eclipse means the moon passes between the sun and the earth. The light from the sun is fully or partially blocked and the sky darkens. The light of the sun, it's covered fully or half, partially, blocked it and sky gets darkened. Even in the middle of the day. A solar eclipse is an amazing sight. But the first thing people should remember, do not look straight at it without special glasses. So when there is a solar eclipse, it is amazing, but we have to remember one thing. We should not look straight at this solar eclipse without special glasses. Word check. A. Find each word in the text, choose the correct meaning. Orbiting, moving around. Vital, needed. Reflect, send back. Partially, not completely. B. Find these phrases in the text, discuss what they mean. Vast expanse means a large space. A special unit, you can tell lots of power and also without limitation. Let's check the comprehension questions. Discuss the answers to these questions. Number 1. What is at the center of our solar system? So what is at center of our solar system? Yes, sun. Sun lies at the center of our solar system. So the other questions, you have to answer it alone. What is the temperature at the center of our sun? Number 3, is our sun a star or a planet? Number 4, what is the Milky Way? Number 5, which is largest, a solar system, a galaxy, or the universe? Number 6, in a solar eclipse, what passes between the earth and the sun? Number 7, how do we know when a solar eclipse is happening? Number 8, what should you wear if you are going to watch a solar eclipse? Figures of speech. An idiom is a short phrase that usually means something quite different from what you might expect. So an idiom means it's a short phrase, but it usually means it's something quite different what you expect. For example, put your foot in it means you just put your foot in it, but there's a different meaning in that. To say or do the wrong thing. That means to say or do the wrong thing. So next example, up a tree means in a trouble. So up a tree, it's a short phrase, but it different something meaning, we can call it in a trouble. Idioms, similes, and metaphors are called figures of speech. They are ways of describing feelings, thoughts, or actions in a vivid way, in a different way. So these idioms, similes, and metaphor, we call them figures of speech. Okay, it describes the feeling, thoughts, and action, but in a different way. Explain the meaning of each of these idioms. Number 1, he was over the moon. So you can tell he was very pleased about something. Number 2, he has stars. She has stars in her eyes. She has stars in her eyes means regarding someone's hopes for success. Number 3, every cloud has a silver lining. So we can tell every difficult or sad situation has a comforting or more hopeful aspect. Number 4, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit means that there is no limit and that anything is possible. Fifth one, it never rains but it pours. It never rains but it pours means the difficult situations but there are no any solutions. Sixth one, it was a piece of cake. It was a piece of cake means something that's simple. Similes and metaphors are ways of describing things by comparing them to other things. So similes and metaphors means children, we describe something by comparing the other things. So look at the first one. A simile is when something is described as or like something else. So we use as or like compared to something else. Look at the example. The stars gleamed like diamonds in the sky. The stars gleamed like diamonds in the sky. Second one, the stars gleamed as brightly as diamonds. The stars gleamed as brightly as diamonds compared to diamonds. The stars were compared to diamonds. A metaphor. A metaphor is when something is described as if it is something else. Look at the example. The stars were diamonds in the sky. Something else. The stars were diamonds in the sky. C. Write whether each of these sentences is a simile or a metaphor. You have to tell whether it is a simile or a metaphor. Number 1. The air felt as cold as ice. So it is a simile. Very good. Second one. The runner was as fast as lightning compared to lightning. So it is a simile. Very good. Third one. My grandmother has heart of gold. My grandmother has a heart of gold. So here compared to something else, described to something else, so it is a metaphor. We swam as quickly as dolphins. We swam as quickly as dolphins compared to dolphins, so it is a simile. Fifth one, a ribbon of moonlight reflected on the wet road. The ribbon of moonlight reflected on the wet road. So it is a metaphor. That means described as it is something else. Sixth one, the sweet tasted as sour as lemon. The sweet tasted as sour as a lemon. So it is compared to a lemon. It is a simile. Punctuation. Possessive nouns. Possessive noun tell you who or what owns something. It talks about the ownership. Singular possessive noun have an apostrophe and an s at the end. A singular possessive noun you can find an apostrophe and s at the end. Look at this example. The temperature at the sun's center is a staggering 15 million degrees Celsius. So here suns singular, so we wanted to show the ownership, so apostrophe s. Sun's center, the center of the sun. Sun's center, the center of the sun. Plural possessive noun that end in s have an apostrophe at the end. So when it is a plural possessive noun, you can find the apostrophe at the end. The star centers are different temperatures. Stars, it's already plural, so if you want to show the ownership, what you have to do? You have to add the apostrophe after the s. Star centers, the centers of the stars. Plural possessive nouns that do not end in s. Now we are going to see the plural possessive noun which do not end in s. Have an apostrophe and an s at the end. You can find an apostrophe and s at the end. Look at the example. The people's glasses are specially designed to watch the eclipse. People, it's plural, but you can't find an s at the end. So you wanted to show the ownership, what you have to do? You have to add apostrophe s. The people's glasses, the glasses belonging to the people. A. Copy the phrases, add an apostrophe to each owner, but you have to be careful. There are some owners are plural. The sky beauty. The sky's beauty, apostrophe s. The glasses lenses. The glasses, you can find the S and it is plural. So what you have to do, you have to put the apostrophe after the S. The galaxies, planets. So galaxies, plural, you can find an S. So you have to put the apostrophe after the S. Earth, moon, Earth's moon, apostrophe S. The sun's energy, sun's, apostrophe S. The universe size, the universe size. So you can't find an S at the end, so what you have to do, apostrophe S. B. Change the phrases by using a possessive noun. You have to change the phrase by using a possessive noun. Number 1, there is an example. The light of the star. The star's light. The star's light. Apostrophe S, then light. Second one, the heat of our sun. The heat of our sun. The sun's heat. Apostrophe S. Number 2, the orbits of the satellites. The orbits of the satellites. Satellites, apostrophe S, orbits. Satellites, apostrophe S, orbits. Then fourth one, the eclipse of the sun. The eclipse of the sun. Sun's eclipse. Sun's eclipse, apostrophe S, then eclipse. Fourth one, the moons of the planets. The moons of the planets. The planets, moons. The planets, apostrophe S, planets, moons. Spelling. IR and IRA words. It is important to notice the distinctive sound IR and IRA words make. Now let's see the sound this IR and IRA words make. The sun is like a huge ball of fire. Fire. A solar eclipse is an amazing sight, but the first thing to remember is not looking at straight. First. So here you can find some pictures. Write an IR or IRA word to match each picture. So number 1, wire. Wire. I-R-E. Number 2, birthday. I-R. Number 3, steer. I-R. Number 4, first. I-R. Number 5, tired. I-R-E. Number 6, fire. I-R-E. Grammar. Forming verbs from nouns and adjectives. Some verbs are formed from nouns and adjectives by adding suffixes. So we can form some verbs from nouns and adjectives by adding suffixes. Suffixes mean a letter or a group of letters added to the end of the word. Here are some common suffixes that we use. ate, en, ify, ise. The noun, first we look at the noun which makes a verb. Noun, education, educate. Strength, strengthen. Beauty, beautify. Energy, energize. Adjective. Sharp, sharpen. Simple, simplify. Equal, equalize. So from these nouns and adjectives, we can form verbs. Find the verb in each sentence. Say whether it is formed from a noun or an adjective. First you have to find the verb in each sentence and then you have to mention whether it is formed from a noun or an adjective. Number 1. A program on the planets was televised last night. Televised is the verb and it is formed from a noun, television. Second one, the sun brightened the cloudy sky. So here the verb is brighten and it is formed from an adjective bright. Third one, the fruit ripened in the warm sunshine. Ripened is the verb and it is formed from an adjective ripe. They are advertising trips to the Mars. Advertising is a verb and it's formed from a noun advertise. B. Copy the sentences. Use the nouns in the box to make verbs to complete each sentence. So they have given you the noun fright, captive, apology. So what you have to do? You have to make verbs to complete each sentence. Number 1. I apologize for breaking your glasses. Number 2. He was frightened when he saw the solar eclipse. Number 3. I was captivated by the night sky. God bless you and thank you, my kids.